This is Barbas, just doing God's work.
Dante, get out of there! You're in danger!
Hello there, Servum17 once again. This is my DMC, Dante Must Die Difficulty video walkthrough. This is the second part to Home Truths, and we're currently fighting in the room with our mother's portrait in it. And as you see, there's a chainsaw guy and there's a bunch of standard lesser Stygians. I'm going to use the chainsaw guy to get my demon dodge. I'm then going to proceed to do that. Did you see that, guys? That took very little skill. We've now immediately gone to the highest rank, and if you want to get a high score, all you have to do now is attack everything, don't get hit, use different moves, and you will, you'll be flying. You'll get ridiculous scores in no time, because the score system on this game has been really underestimated. Like, how they didn't realise that the demon dodge was that powerful is beyond me. Oh, in the previous video I mentioned a Turtles dude, and I also mentioned Quato from Total Recall. This is the guy who I was in reference to. You'll notice how there's a little face in his belly orb. The thing with this dude is when you go up to him and smack him, you can generally get one punch off before he attacks you, and he'll do a 2-punch combo. If you dodge the 2-punch combo and you get the demon dodge bonus, you want to then proceed to fire the projectile from the Arbiter by doing double tap forward and Y. Or you can jump and press Y, because you want to use that bonus damage to do as much of this guy as you can. That move there is the hardest to evade with the dodge, so you want to jump over it if you can. As soon as he does that, it means he's dying and he's going to blow up, and he takes all his friends with him. But you're going to fight a couple of those guys, and you're going to fight some of them together, so you need to not panic, and you need to get quite comfortable with fighting them. That's me bringing up the menu because I'm trying to skip the cutscene. I've not even mentioned that kind of stuff when I'm doing in this guide, so I should probably go into this. This here is 2 Angel Arm Elemental Rages. So one of the things you can do with the Aquila is what I'm doing right now, and that is essentially stun locking one of them. But if you use the attract move that this weapon has, you can grab the other one into the vicinity and stun lock them both. So you'll notice I'm bragging him in, but he didn't get caught then. And you just need to be careful, because these things charge up quite quickly and I don't, so you'll notice I can't quite get them caught. So spin the camera and get punched again, thank you very much, and get punched again. So this is not going well at all, so I'm probably just going to fight these dudes. But you'll notice when I can only use the angel arms, I'm not that great, because I just don't like this weapon. I don't like the angel arms at all. I think they're too weak. And I prefer Rebellion, and you can't use Rebellion against these. So, I Devil Trigger to try and do some extra damage. When you Devil Trigger, you can use any element you want on any enemy. I always forget that. And if there's any enemies you don't enjoy fighting, the best thing to do is to Devil Trigger, because it's so powerful. It's too powerful, and a lot of the times you're going to probably be wondering this guy why I'm not using it, and the main reason is because it's just too good. It's too good, even though I hate it, and it's broken. But the regen it gives you, and when you actually do start hitting things, the damage multiplier is obnoxious. But before this battle interrupted what I was saying, I was going to tell you what the guide's going to be about. So, I'm not going to be buying any items, guys. You'll notice on the first video I ignored the gold orb. I would implore you to do the same, because you will never get better at these kind of games if you just rely on healing items. It's not how it works. So I'll not be buying any of the healing items, and it means that my orb count at the bottom is completely redundant, because the only thing you can buy with orbs is essentially healing items, devil stars, and things to increase your capacity of your life and devil trigger. And I've nearly bought all of those. Because like I say, if you're not spending your orbs on healing items, you're not spending them, essentially, so you're going to have quite a lot by the end of the game. Although, the orbs on this game are nowhere near the same amount of numbers as they used to be. I did 2 full playthroughs of this game, and I barely had 20,000 orbs, so when you bear in mind on Devilmaycry 3 I had 1 million, and Devilmaycry 4 I had more than 1 million, so there's a big difference in the amount of currency you can carry. Upgrades, I personally do not have any of the upgrades that involve those fancy animations after the whip attacks. It's a completely personal choice. The reason I don't have those is because I don't want them working and happening by accident. I want to feel like I'm in control, and those moves themselves seem to be a little bit random to me, so I don't have them, and when I buy them I will turn them off. The moves I would recommend a new player or somebody who's wanting to have a better advantage early on, I would recommend the drive with Rebellion, because it's easy to do and it does massive damage on bosses' criticals, it does massive damage to standard enemies, and if you have no qualms against spamming a move, you can just run to the other side of a room and just do that. It's not probably going to be the most fun way to fight, but it'll definitely work. Another move I would recommend is any of the charge shots, because the charge shots are useful. They're not necessary or mandatory, but they're very useful if that's what you want to play like. On top of that, I would focus on your demon arms more than your angel arms, because your demons are going to be the ones that do the most damage. Your angels are going to be your crowd controllers, and yeah, I knew that was going to happen. When she does that, by the way, you can use the demon pull to grab her out of the animation. You can also, I believe, shoot her with the shotgun, but I didn't test it just then. But if one thing, this video should be giving you a lot of confidence, because you'll notice I'm playing extremely sloppy and I'm still getting through the game, so hopefully you'll have the equal luck as I do. Because the ranking system on this game as well, I don't know what they've done with the ranking system. I really don't. Like the first mission I've done on this guide, I noticed that I still had notifications on, and it was just as I started fighting the boss, and I didn't want them, so I restarted the checkpoint, and restarting the checkpoint counts as a death. So I was like, well, I'm probably not going to get a good rank now because I've just died, or I've just restarted a checkpoint which counts as a death. So I just kind of carried on playing, got to the end, and I got triple S in every category, even though I was minus 10% of the overall score. And to me, you should not be able to get the best rank if you die. That's not how this should work. But I suppose that just goes to show the new direction that this game has gone when it comes to that type of stuff. Oh, this is a witch, by the way, guys. I really don't like this enemy because she's annoying. And she's difficult because she teleports everywhere. And do you see the blue aura around her, the blue orb? You can damage that with angel weapons, but it's better to wait for her to get the 3 devil daggers, those above her head. When she gets those, you can pull them and punch them back at her. And if you pull them and punch them with Eric's, I think 2 of them will break her shield. So there's 1, there's 2, there you go, and it impales her and it also stuns her, and then from here you can hit her with whatever you want to hit her with and do some serious damage. But that is the best way I've found to fight the witches. A good technique when they've got them up, pull 2 of the swords towards you and then punch the 3rd one, because that way you don't have to dodge any of them. Sometimes you'll get hit by the last one if you do it my way. But just that right then, how does that make any sense? Like, I was trying to grab the swords, but I grabbed her and it made the swords disappear. And I had no control over that decision at all. Like, the very first video, you'll notice I charge a drive when there's a chainsaw guy running at me. And I'm charging a drive to stop the chainsaw guy, and Dante does the drive to the fucking Stygians, and the chainsaw guy gets me. It's... how can you not put a lock-on in an action game? Fucking Zelda had a lock-on, and it was barely an action game. It's like, come on, guys. Really? It makes me so sad. And the worst part about it is the camera is pretty good for the most, but if you're fighting a fast enemy, the camera's useless. You can't even change the sensitivity so you can turn the camera faster. And for instance, when you're fighting Vergil, you know, spoiler alert, because we didn't know that was going to happen, good luck keeping up with him on camera, because the camera doesn't move fast enough. And that fight is dreadful, but more on that when we get there. But thank you for watching, guys, anyhow. This is the end of Home Truths, and you take care now.